Hello. This is unusual because I'm doing something live on. Well, it's unusual because I'm doing something live, but I'm doing it on a Thursday night when I'm releasing a video tomorrow on the Gopher Mega Drive handheld console. But something happened last night because I was prepping the video for tomorrow, uploading it as normal, and suddenly YouTube said, "You can't put a link to Patreon in your video anymore as of now. Unless you monetize your video." And you'll probably have noticed ChinnyVision doesn't run adverts. I don't like adverts. I think adverts are intrusive and annoying, especially on a channel as small as ChinnyVision. Let's face it, most videos do 800-900 views in a week. I mean, monetizing that, there's even if I wanted to do it, there's absolutely no point. Hi to Vincent and Kevin as well, watching in Trinidad, which is probably a lot nicer than where I am. Hope the hurricanes didn't. Hopefully the hurricanes didn't affect you. So, yeah, I don't like adverts on YouTube anyway. I realise some people want to make money, and you've got to make a living. You've got to put the lights on. You've got to pay the electricity bill. Blah 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 blah. But I never wanted to have adverts on this channel. It's pointless. The amount of money you'd make would be derisory, and it would just be incredibly intrusive. So, I'm glad it was okay, Kevin. I didn't know how Trinidad fared in that thing. So last night it was the case of going, hang on, you're telling me now that I can't put Patreon links into the videos unless I monetize my videos. That's like saying, because YouTube have annoyed all these people who advertise by putting all these restrictions on, dropping their revenue, and now YouTube are going, let's punish everyone else and try and get some more money in from the people who don't actually want to take adverts. So I've got a bit of a problem because I've got to work out, because Patreon's important to the channel. It helps fund some of the things that I buy in. It's not a living. You're never going to make a living out of talking about old computers like this. And the reason I've got the ChinnyVision calendar in front of me is because these are all the lovely people who support the channel as of the time this was printed. I think it's still absolutely correct. And I think it's about £40-50 a month or something like that. Yes, you can, I think, put it in the descriptions still. But it's nice to have it in the cards and put it at the end, say, buy me a coffee on the end. Then I can go out and buy tat like the Gopher Mega Drive thing that I bought yesterday, because let's face it, I'm not going to be able to sell that. No, I actually shouldn't spoil tomorrow's review, but yeah. So that's just really annoying. It's just what I'm probably going to have to do is try and monetize the channel and then disable adverts manually for all the videos, or perhaps leave one or two sacrificial old videos that no one watches, like some of the very early things like Crazy Legs and videos I did there. Leave those with adverts running, because no one's going to watch them, so it won't matter, as sacrificial lambs, and then try and do it that way. Because ChinnyVision isn't the only account I manage. I've got my day-to-day job involves running about 15 different channels for clients who've got the same problem. I've got one client who's probably got 300 or 400 videos on their channel. They're a magazine. They don't want to run YouTube advertising on their channel because they could be talking to one client on their videos who make widgets, and they could have adverts coming up from other people who also make widgets. That's not good. So yeah, it's all a bit annoying, really. This isn't a living. This is just a thing that ticks over, and you could monetize the videos and then use different copyright soundtracks at the end. All the copyright on the ChinnyVision music's all paid for. There's no problems with that. If there was, I'd be in deep doodah, because it's all from one company, but it's all licensed properly, so it's not a problem. But it's just how I get these Patreon links in, really, because it's just nice to have. It's nice to have What the hell was that outside? Something's making a noise. Owls. Owls are having sex outside my window. Great. It's nice to have resources to do stuff on the channel, buy stuff in. There's some reviews coming up, an MSX SD card adapter, for example, which was bleeding expensive. I think over 100 quid. But it's nice. It's nice stuff to be able to review. But the ChinnyVision calendars, I might as well plug the ChinnyVision calendar. A lot of you have got these already, but it's all screenshots and stuff, and you can order that on ChinnyVision.com while I've got it in front of me. Let's do something exciting while I'm ranting here, because I'm decorating ChinnyVision HQ at the moment, so all my computers are in my office where I am at the moment. This is why it's not the familiar location. Let me put the calendar on the floor. But actually, I've got all my capture equipment here next to me, and everyone asks me, "Oh, Chinny, how do you do it?" Well, first of all, the computers go into this. It's a Pioneer DVD recorder. I don't use it to record. What it does, I've got the camera to focus on it, which I don't know if it will or not. Let me have a look down there. Pioneer. It has on the back 2 SCARTs. Hello, Mr. PSB. It has component video in and out, S-video and everything. It can basically handle any old computer signal you throw at it and then chuck it out as components. There. That's important, because it then goes into this card, which is a Blackmagic card, which captures component live, which means you're not kind of upsampling to HD using HDMI or messing around. It goes into here via the SCART. You can see the SCARTs are well used, or S-video, or in one case I've done it, that Tandy thing I reviewed went in via the antenna. Goes in here. This also de-interlaces it and turns it into 50p. Makes it all look nice and funky. Squirts it out here via components and the audio into the Blackmagic card, goes in one side and then comes out the other, which is pretty cool. Unless there's a couple of machines that don't work, and this is my older solution, because I've got to have this around as well. Yeah, you see there's that as well, which does pretty much the same as that, but some computer. Mega Drive, can't make the Mega Drive work on this one, but it works fine on that one. Don't know why. Ronnie, it's Mr. PSB, he's winding you up. Ask him about his train driving. So yeah, I used to have 3 before I got the Pioneer. 3 of these recorders around, and you'd have to change it depending on which computer you were using. So you end up with massive cables. The room's not decorated yet. I've got to decorate it, but I have enough capture done for a few weeks to keep things going. But I mean, this gives nice picture. I'd like one of those again, Patreon permitting and all the rest of it, to get what they call those Japanese capture devices. Oh God, what's it called? The come on, someone tell me. What's the capture thing that does? It's a Japanese thing. People use it for their console box. It costs about 200 quid. It can take any signal and shove it out as any other signal. FrameMeister, thank you. It's gone past. Everyone said FrameMeister. I would like a FrameMeister. Although, interestingly, people with FrameMeisters aren't getting any better pictures with the FrameMeisters that I'm getting with this. But, I mean, it would be much smaller than having these 2 things around. Because I've got to rationalise my space, because Mrs. Chinny wants to use some of the room for knitting and things that Mrs. Chinny wants to do. Yeah, so that's me ranting. We're going to find a solution. If you see what I'm trying to say with all of it is, if you see adverts popping up on the channel over the next few days, it's because I've enabled monetization, but it's all going to be turned off. I just need to get it working somehow, even if it's just having 1 or 2 old sacrificial videos that no one watches, in order to enable the Patreon links. If anyone's thrown any questions in, by the way, you can throw questions in. If not, I'll bring the ChinnyVision test card back up on the calendar, of which there are still just over half gone. Looking at my board that keeps track, so if anyone wants a ChinnyVision calendar, plug. Here I am. All good stuff. Yeah, look, this enabled me to buy FrameMeister. Possibly. These aren't very profitable, but hey, it's fun. Anyway, thanks guys for watching. Anyone, any questions or anything, give me a shout. Tomorrow's video will be up at 11:30. Oh, hang on, Kevin. Best retro computer game for fans of 16-bit things. In Trinidad, the ST was Amiga was never a thing. I would say the ST is quite cheap. If you can get hold of an ST and you can run it off floppy disks, so you don't, and you can write those floppy disks on any old PC. So the ST is quite a good bet because you don't need much to get it up and running. Whereas the Amiga, really, you're going to have, if you want to start running SD cards and things, or compact flash, you're going to have to accelerate it and spend some money. Amiga's brilliant, but it's expensive and to run, and the prices are stupid these days as well. ST's quite a good way to get into it. Someone else said, what's the thing, the plans for 2018? 2018, try and get FrameMeister if I can. I haven't thought that far ahead really. Wanted to try, one thing I want to do with all this Spectrum Vega fiasco is try and see if I can get an Android handheld cheaply, get a Spectrum emulator on it, stick some rainbow stripes on it, and go, hey look, this is a Vega. Because let's face it, that thing's never going to come out, and it's just a generic Android device in any case. Start covering the NES, Mr. PSP. Ha 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 ha. So that might be something. It's just at the moment everything's up in the air. So that would be a good thing to do. Spectrum next. I will wait and see if it comes out, what the price is, and then if channel funds allow, I will potentially buy it. I mean, you look at channels like Tecmo, where he's clearly got the funding to go and buy these devices that he reviews, which is absolutely brilliant. I'd love to do stuff like that, but you know, you've got to be realistic. You can't just keep on digging. There's some things I'll happily buy for myself and go, hey, that's my own stuff, and that's brilliant. Cake. I haven't had a cake this week or last week. I always post if I've had a cake or a coffee on the Patreon money, and I've not even had time to do it. And Tecmo's brilliant. I'd love to get stuff on, like rare stuff like that. And the MSX2 was one of those things that came through. That was something I kind of splashed out on because I wouldn't have. That wasn't on my radar. There are machines that are on your radar like the Atari 800 and stuff like that, the XL, which I went, yeah, I'd buy that for the channel because that's brilliant. And then there's things like the MSX2 where you're thinking, well, I've got to import that from Holland. What is there to play? And you're going, actually, no, I'm unable to do that by the supporters. I can buy that, and then I can buy the SD card adapter for it as well and do a video on that, and that makes it much more usable, which I haven't done. That video is kind of half done at the moment because I've been testing it for a long time to make sure that I've really got a handle on it, because it's a interesting device. But that's all thanks to Patreon supporters, because that's enabled me to go, well, how much was that MSX2? 120 quid or something like that, and then let's say the SD card adapter was about 100. But it's all good stuff, and its support is appreciated. It's absolutely brilliant. So yeah, I mean, that's probably about it for now. I've been waffling on for far too long, but thanks everyone for watching. And ChinnyVision with that Gopher handheld, which I don't know what I've done with it. I put it away somewhere. I think it might be in a drawer here somewhere because I did it a couple of weeks ago. Oh, new games for older systems. Yes, I do some of that. Pilot Attack a couple of weeks ago. I have asked the guy who did Pentagorat, brilliant game, which the future was 8-bit, is distributing. Problem is, it's too hard for me to play to get any decent amount of footage out of it. I've tried to make the developer say, hey, I'll put in a cheat mode so you can get further into it, because at the end of the day, half the magazines back in the day used cheats to get so far. You've got to show a bit of the game. It's all very well playing it. You can get so far, but it's like I've only got so much time to do a review, and some of the big reviews take ages. I'm just starting work on, well, not starting work, kind of halfway through Power Drift at the moment, and that's ST, Amiga, Amstrad, Spectrum, Commodore, and MSX. And I had a nightmare with the Amiga version because my A600 broke, and you have to press space to start the game. And when I loaded it on my A1200, all the character sprites were missing, so all the cars looked odd, but I've managed to get it to behave now. My Twitter is @ChinnyVision. I don't know why I'm saying @Chinny, it's just ChinnyVision. It is just ChinnyVision, so pop along. Yeah, so that's cool. That's about it for now. Yeah, ChinnyVision up tomorrow as normal, about 11:30 midday with the Gopher handheld for the Mega Drive. Cheers, guys.